I greet you all and welcome you back to the lesson. We are continuing with the topic citizen participation and development planning. The lesson is strategies for optimizing stakeholder engagement. We want to look into the strategies that the policy makers can put in place in order to optimize stakeholder engagement. And when we say strategies for optimizing stakeholder engagement, we are referring to the deliberate, systematic approach to identifying, mapping, consulting, and collaborating with individuals or groups affected by or possessing influence over a policy. And the goal for optimizing stakeholder engagement is to maximize policy legitimacy, to reduce implementation resistance, and also to ensure sustainable outcomes. So what are these strategies? The first strategy number one, is tiered engagement that is based on power interest analysis. We have one tiered engagement that is based on power interest. Tiered engagement that is based on power interest analysis. So the policy makers should group these stakeholders into categories. And the categories or this grouping is based on power interest analysis. The first category or tier is the key players. Key players. Number one, key players. It is advisable that the stakeholders are grouped into different categories. One category is key players. Key players are these are high power, high interest individuals. High power, high interest. Are you following? Yes. High power, high interest. High power, high interest. And here the purpose or the idea here is to utilize direct co-design workshops. That is one way to engage them. Utilize direct co-design workshops. You can have also bilateral policy negotiations, also steering committee seats to secure buy-in. So when developing strategy, when developing policy, these key players ought to be considered, they ought to be engaged, and to engage them optimally, make sure that they are part of the bilateral policy negotiations, have co-design workshops and so on. That's the first category. The second category is high power, high interest individuals, and these are the context setters. Context setters. The context setters, these are high power, low interest. Context setters. High power, low interest. One way to engage these individuals or groups is to ensure that you keep them satisfied via regular executive briefings and high-level progressive reports to prevent sudden vetoes. Right? They should be updated regularly. Then the third tier is the what we call the uh, low power, high interest. Low power, high interest. These are the beneficiaries. Beneficiaries, they have low power but high interest. Low power, high interest. Low power, high interest. The beneficiaries, okay, or the subjects. So the question now arises, how do you engage them so that you can have optimal output from these beneficiaries or from the subjects? One way is to employ what we call participatory focus group discussions. You can have town hall meetings with them. You can have community forums in order to gather lived experience data. Then lastly, we have the crowd. The crowd, this is the low power, low power, low power, low interest. The power is low, the interest is low. That is the crowd. Low power, low interest. So how are they to be engaged? How do you engage the crowd? You engage the crowd by maintaining what we call general communication via press releases, public portals, social media updates, and so on. That is how to have optimal stakeholder engagement with the crowd. So this is the first strategy. This is strategy number one. Strategy number two in optimizing stakeholder engagement is what we call early and institutionalized involvement. Early and institutionalized engagement. This is a strategy to optimize stakeholder engagement. That means involving stakeholders not only during the implementation or after the decision has been made, but also during the problem diagnosis rather than after policy options are finalized. It's important to have early engagement with the stakeholders because that then builds ownership and also stops stakeholders from feeling like consultations are merely rubber stamping exercises. Early and institutionalized engagement. That's strategy number two. The third strategy is having structured co-design and participatory frameworks. Structured co-design, have structured co-design and participatory frameworks. Structured co-design and participatory framework. That means moving past what we call passive information sharing to active co-creation through citizen assemblies, through policy hackathons, through technical advisory working groups, and so on. Structured co-design and participatory frameworks. Strategy number four, candidates, we are analyzing strategies for optimizing stakeholder engagement. And the fourth strategy is having targeted and inclusive communication. Targeted and inclusive communication. That means adapting communication tools to account for language barriers, to account for literacy levels, to account for digital divides, and also cultural nuances, so that the marginalized groups are no longer excluded from the process of developing and implementing strategy. That is point number four. Then lastly, The last strategy for optimizing stakeholder engagement is having what we call feedback loop integrity. Feedback loop integrity. Now, what do you mean by feedback loop integrity? That means systematically demonstrating how stakeholder inputs influence the final policy document. Or if that is not the case, then the other way would be providing transparent justifications when specific recommendations were not adopted. You recall, candidates, we are discussing participation of stakeholders when it comes to developing policy. It's important that those who will be affected by the policy are given an opportunity to provide their opinion on various issues. So, at the end of this process, it's important to have feedback. These people who provided input should be informed how the input contributed or influenced the final policy document. If not, then there should be an explanation to them as to why their input was not incorporated in the final policy document. That's what we are calling feedback loop integrity. So these are 5 strategies for optimizing stakeholder engagement. One is tiered engagement based on power interest analysis. Number 2 is early and institutionalized engagement. Number 3, having structured co-design and participatory frameworks. And lastly, number 4, last but not least, number 4, we have targeted and inclusive communication and feedback loop integrity. So these are 5 strategies. And they are not the only strategies. There are many more strategies that we can continue discussing, but time will not allow us. In our next session, we'll continue to learn more about the topic on citizen participation and development planning. Thank you. Bye-bye.